Right now at 10, we're following breaking news out of McDonald County after 3 inmates escaped from the county jail. Plus, drowning in Delaware County. Developing news in northeast Oklahoma after a girl drowns in Delaware County earlier this afternoon. Also, COVID task force. A special task force from Missouri has arrived in Springfield in response to rising COVID-19 cases. And
a Joplin restaurant is asking for the public's help in finding a sentimental statue. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with why it's so important to employees and what the public can do to help.
we begin with breaking news tonight. In McDonald County, authorities are searching for 3 escaped inmates. Now, according to the McDonald County Sheriff's Office, 3 inmates attacked and overtook a detention officer and escaped from the McDonald County Detention Center. The 3 inmates are 23-year-old Shantavian Thomas. He's described as a black male, last seen wearing white pants and a white shirt. 49-year-old David Molina, he's described as a Hispanic male, last seen wearing orange and white striped pants and a white shirt. And 27-year-old Carmelo Burgos, he's described as a Hispanic male, last seen wearing orange and white striped pants and no shirt. Authorities say if you have any information to call 911 right away. The suspects are considered dangerous, and officials are asking you not to attempt to apprehend them. A 10-year-old girl from Tulsa drowned at Flint Creek Water Park today in Delaware County. Officials with the Grand River Dam Authority say the girl was with family near Low Water Dam. Officials believe she was left alone for a short time and went missing. She was a non-swimmer. Her body was recovered just before 3 p.m. today. Delaware County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation. Another hot and humid day and more on the way. Nick Kelly joins us.
As we've been holding off on that for so long, Chris, but that is how we should feel during July, and that's how we're going to wrap up the month with the way the week ahead is shaping up. Quiet skies from 7th and Rangeline. Quick look at the numbers. Had us starting warm at 75 and topping out at 93, back above our normal high of 91. Haven't had much to track over the past few hours. That being said, a quick run of the satellite radar composite showed maybe a random storm around Howard on the Kansas side. That was about it as far as any evening slight rain chances go. But a frontal boundary to the north is going to play a role in our forecast for the next few days to try to bring some rain chances back into play. But we're dry right now, lower 80s as far as air temperatures go, but it's still so humid outside. It feels like the upper 80s to lower 90s still at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. Overnight, can't rule out a few isolated storms in our southern counties the closer you get to Grand Lake, but everyone drops back to 74 to start the morning out. But hot and humid again, highs back in the mid-90s, Chris, and that's despite maybe some isolated storms during the afternoon. Not expecting much out of those. We'll break down the rest of the forecast here in a bit.
All right, Nick, thank you. 11 people from the Joplin area have now been federally indicted following the discovery of a body of a woman in Mayes County more than a year ago. According to a statement from Clint Johnson, the acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Oklahoma, the 11 defendants were allegedly involved in either the kidnapping and resulting death of Jolene Walker Campbell or with threatening witnesses and concealing evidence to cover up their crimes. The 11 people charged are Chloe Stith, David Morris, Brianna Sloan, Morgan Bowman, Sarah Humbard, Megan Dethridge, Ariel Devine, Trey Ackerson, Lane Bronson, Jacob Scribner, and Kimberly Grissom. There are 14 total counts in the indictment, each defendant facing different charges. Charges stem from the discovery of Jolene Campbell's body on July 15th last year in a remote field in Mayes County within the boundaries of the Muskogee Nation. Officials say Campbell's death happened sometime between July 4th and July 5th of last year. At this time, all but 2 of the defendants are in custody or on pretrial release. Jacob Scribner and Kimberly Grissom remain at large. A COVID strike team has arrived in Springfield, Missouri. That's the state's disaster medical assistance team, the one that normally responds to severe weather disasters like tornadoes. But it is now offering monoclonal antibody infusions. It's in response to the overwhelming surge of new cases in the state. The treatments are laboratory-produced antibodies intended for moderate cases to keep them from becoming severe. The latest versions of the monoclonal antibodies are not fully FDA approved. They've only been approved for emergency use. Today's sunny weather did make for a good day at the farmers market, and that's exactly what plenty of 4-staters were up to in the Neosho this morning. There was no shortage of local produce and other foods, locally made crafts and other fun gifts, and even some live music for visitors to enjoy. One of the vendors stepped away from selling fresh baked bread and other treats to tell us what makes meeting prospective customers at the farmers market such a valuable experience.
The best part about markets for me is interactions with the people, and meeting hundreds of new people in a day is it's great. You get to see where they come from, what they're doing, and just have a great conversation is a fun time.
If you'd like to learn more about the Reddings Mill Bread Company, check out this article on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The Neosho Farmers Market happens every Saturday from 9 until noon, and that runs May through October in downtown Neosho. Well, Joplin Restaurant is asking for the public's help to locate a stolen memorial for a Joplin tornado victim. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky joins us live in the studio with more.
After speaking with restaurant employees, it's clear that they just want their butterfly back. Following the devastating 2011 Joplin tornado, the city started creating butterfly statues to honor those lives lost in the tornado. They could be found all throughout the city, but unfortunately, in these past few weeks, one was stolen from outside of Stogie's Coney Island in Joplin.
The second weekend in July, the first went missing.
The butterfly outside of the restaurant belonged to managers Kelly Weaver and Christy Wagner's late grandmother, who passed following the tornado.
We just posted about it this week, and our customers and our loyal people have just been really accepting and posted a lot of kind things and shared it.
Their Facebook post has over 1,000 shares, with the hopes that their grandmother's memorial will be found.
Keep their eyes out for it, and we just wanted to share it, and the public has already had a great, I've already been more than happy with the public's response, and they're always more than supportive, and it's just so kind of them to come together and show their love and support.
Wagner says they placed the memorial in front of their family's restaurant to pay respect to their grandmother.
It was my grandma, and that we took over this. We had Stogie's in 1983, and she started. My mom and dad worked for her. We're the third generation restaurant owners, so there is a significance because they had Gene and Jane's Dairy Jane, which is very similar to what we have here.
They say if anyone knows who may have taken it or happens to find it, to call them.
If anybody sees anything, or if I don't know if they see it laying on the side of a road, they can just call us and we can have somebody go pick it up. Or, we're not wanting to get anybody into trouble. We're just wanting to get our butterfly back.
With Joplin already having such a strong sense of community, even 10 years after the tornado, they're confident their city will come together to right this wrong. Both of the owners explained to me that they really don't want to get anyone in trouble. All they ask is for whoever stole their grandmother's butterfly statue to return it to them or to call if you know of its whereabouts. We will post the restaurant's phone number on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com.
Certainly a tragic story for these folks. I mean, it's a memorial for somebody they lost in the tornado, and hopefully somebody knows something, they'll do the right thing and just bring it back.
I know. Hopefully someone seeing this tonight maybe will recognize where it is and we can find it.
Yeah. Bronte, thank you so much. Well, investigators in Oklahoma are looking for a woman who recently had brain surgery. Feliz Romero from our affiliate KWTV in Oklahoma City has more on the search in Caddo County.
Another day has come and gone. Dawn Sherrill is still nowhere to be found.
We've been out running back roads, and she got diagnosed with brain cancer. She had surgery, and she just hadn't been herself.
Recovering from brain surgery, law enforcement says Sherrill may be disoriented. The Caddo County Sheriff's Office says she was under physical and medical disability, issuing a silver alert for the 55-year-old Thursday, nearly 24 hours since anyone last saw her.
So the family's very concerned. We're concerned. We have deputies driving the areas out southwest of Anadarko.
The sheriff says she works at the vet clinic in town and was last seen wearing tan capri pants, gray shoes, and a gray scrub top that says Anadarko Vet.
The way I understand it, she just left. I'm not for sure she was at home, but I believe that's where she was.
Her residence on the outskirts of town near County Road 1377. The sheriff says she may have left in a red 2007 Ford truck and she could be anywhere.
County roads, the back roads, the oil field sites, just everywhere we can think of. But, you know, she might not even be in that area anymore.
Law enforcement says they have gotten several tips, none of them leading to Cheryl. They say she is in immediate danger.
We're just hoping for the best, that we're able to locate her. She's okay when we do. We're hoping for that and praying for it.
We take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Corporal Michael Wilkins served in the Army in Vietnam as a medic, his hometown, St. Roberts, Missouri. We're proud to recognize Corporal Michael Wilkins, tonight's four-state hero. The West continues to burn. Coming up on the KOAM News at 10, the latest on the wildfire situation as fires continue to rage in the West, and typhoon warning. Typhoon is heading for mainland China after dumping rain on Taiwan.
Summer is just around the corner.
Fire crews are heading to Montana, the latest battleground in the intense and early wildfire season. Right now, there are 88 major fires raging in 13 states. CBS's Lilia Luciano has more.
Wildfires are spreading across the West tonight. These flames fueled by the extreme drought and heat. The Dixie Fire in Northern California has exploded to nearly 200,000 acres and is threatening 7,000 homes.
Everyone kind of had this worried, ominous feeling. You could tell there was panic.
In the Sierra Nevada, new evacuations are underway now that the Tamarack Fire has jumped from California to Nevada. This inferno has spread 20 miles from South Lake Tahoe, where it started. The nation's largest fire is in Oregon. The Bootleg Fire is expanding by about 4 miles every day and has already scorched 401,000 acres. In the Southwest desert, too much water is the problem. Monsoon rains are dumping water so fast in Arizona, they're sweeping cars off roads. Floodwaters are triggering multiple rescues. In Maricopa County, first responders pulled 2 people from a truck trapped in water. And that rain will continue in Arizona through the weekend, but here in California as well as in Oregon, because of the drought and the record-breaking heat, the danger is new wildfires. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Angeles National Forest, California.
A typhoon is heading for mainland China. Typhoon warning, Typhoon Infa, said to be barreling towards the country after dumping rain on Taiwan. Storm is packing winds of up to 95 miles an hour with gusts to 120. Airlines are canceling flights to eastern China and cargo ships were ordered out of the area. The typhoon is expected to hit the coast south of Shanghai sometime between Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. What day is it? Later on the KOAM News at 10, it's another round of, you guessed it, what day is it?
First, we are going to wrap up the week and the month ahead of us on a hot and humid note. We'll break down the numbers next.
Resort is just better.
As advertised, we continue our hot and humid streak once again as we continue through this final weekend of the month of July. Hard to believe this month's flying by already. And the time lapse certainly looked like the day flew by. And that's to say, not a lot to show for it, which is thankfully a good thing for many of us. We enjoyed at least a quiet, nice-looking day from indigo sky outside of Seneca, Missouri. However, once we got into the late evening hours, after we dealt with a lot of quiet weather this morning and throughout much of the afternoon, you could see right there one lone little shower and a thunderstorm at times in southern Greenwood County and central parts of Bell County. But once that tried to leave Howard, it pretty much fizzled apart. We were watching a few other showers trying to percolate around Coffeyville and Ooligo Lake southeast of Newada. In general, though, this is our main weather headline going into tomorrow. Not in effect for southwestern Missouri, but these heat advisories for southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. It's going to be another hot and humid day with heat indices back in the triple digits once we hit the peak heating of tomorrow afternoon. And that's despite a few of us trying to see some rain chances tomorrow afternoon. But everyone's quiet right now at 10:18 from 7th and Rangeline. But it's still warm and muggy. 81 in Joplin with the dew point dropping off a little bit, at least thankfully. It's at 73. And not only that, it's making it feel like 86 outside. Most of us are in the lower 80s now, between 80 and 82 degrees. But you factor in those dew points, they're still lower in the middle 70s. It feels like the upper 80s to lower 90s still at 10:19 now on this Saturday night. But at the very least, this heat and humidity hasn't resulted in much in the way of any rain or storms. You have to venture north, though, where we have a stalled out frontal boundary in northern Kansas, northern Missouri, back into the Great Lakes. That's where the better chances for rain and storms were today. This is going to play a role in our forecast as we wrap up the weekend tomorrow and to start next week out, in addition to a few weak waves riding along the jet stream on the edge of this building upper ridge that will be the dominant force as we continue into the week ahead of us in the wrap up the month. Thankfully, for much of the overnight to start things out, the future track wants us to stay dry. But by sunrise, though, or before we hit sunrise, can't rule out a few isolated storms or heavy showers in our far southern counties the closer you get to Grand Lake. Then I think as we go into the afternoon, more widely isolated thunderstorms as that frontal boundary and the wave upstairs tries to pass on by, or near to us at the very least. But rain or shine, hot and humid again. 74 in the morning, 88 by noon. Highs near 94 with generally a light south breeze throughout the day at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Any rain chances that we see out there tomorrow afternoon will fizzle away with the setting sun tomorrow. But again, rain or shine, it's going to be hot and humid. Once we get past a very mild start in the morning, the heat indices will make it feel like it's 100 to 105 for tomorrow, and upper 90s to 100 on Monday as this upper ridge really tries to build back in. Even with maybe a few isolated storms Monday and Tuesday, it's all about this upper ridge keeping control over the area, and that will set the tone to wrap up the month ahead of us in the week ahead. 94 tomorrow, 92 Monday, 93 Wednesday, lower 70s for overnight lows at least, but once we hit the middle of the week and the end of the week, Chris, mid 70s for very warm nights ahead of us and mid 90s for highs.
Certainly summertime is here. We keep saying it, but really it is here now.
And it will feel like it for a while.
All right, Nick, thank you so much. Turning to sports, there are 2 teams remaining in the Kansas Little League State Tournament.
Yes, there are. And coming up, we'll have highlights from the 10 and under championship game. Still ahead, quarterbacks, rookies, and others report to Chiefs training camp. Hear from Patrick Mahomes next.
Nick Kelly is an HR deal.
It feels like the summer season flew by. The Outlaws play their final regular season game tonight. Joplin is on the road taking on Jefferson City. Tonight, Caleb Fearstake with a huge 3-run triple in the 9th. Joplin gets the shutout win 6-0. That earns them home field advantage for the wild card game on Monday. It's down to the final 2 teams in the Kansas Little League State Tournament. The 10U and 12U championship games are tonight. In the 10 and under game, Riverton faces Pittsburgh, picking this one up in the 4th. Pitch gets away. Jackson Schaubs slides in home and makes it safely. Next inning, Mason O'Brien finds the grass in right. He'll make it to 3rd. Then Tanner Akins with a line drive to right. That brings in O'Brien, and it's 10-5 Pittsburgh. Fisher Horton gets the final strikeout of the game, and Pittsburgh wins 10-5, making them the 10 and under Kansas Little League state champions.
It was just exciting to see the kids pull through, pitchers pull through. Our catcher caught 6 innings, just absolute beast back there. So it was just fun to watch every one of these kids just go out and give 100%.
In the 12U tournament, Baxter Springs and Pittsburgh are playing for the championship. This game in the 5th is tied at 2. The Kansas City Royals are 17 games back, but looking to extend a 4-game winning streak tonight against the Tigers. The Royals took the opening game 5-3. In Game 2, Kansas City fights back from a 6-0 deficit to pull out the 9-8 comeback victory. The Royals scored 5 runs in the 7th, including 2 3-run home runs by Salvador Perez and Carlos Santana. The Cardinals looking to respond to an opening series loss to the Reds on Friday. Tonight, St. Louis pulls within 2 in the 8th, but can't complete the comeback, falling 5-3. Conference realignment has been a big topic in the college sports world as Texas and Oklahoma are expected to announce their departure from the Big 12, their intended landing spot, the SEC. The Big 12 Conference did hold a call earlier this week to discuss the reports. Texas and Oklahoma representatives did not attend. The implications of such a move would be large, but at this point, it's all speculation. And we'll have updates as more sure-footed news is expected to be revealed in the upcoming days. And we're 50 days away from the Chiefs' first game of the regular season, and things are beginning to kick into high gear. Training camp has begun. The Chiefs return to Missouri Western State University for training camp this year. 30 players, including quarterbacks, rookies, and those returning from injuries, reported to camp this Friday. 3 practices will take place this weekend before the rest of the roster joins on Monday. Here's quarterback Patrick Mahomes on the energy heading into camp.
I think it comes with the culture that we have in this locker room. When you're going up against guys like Tyrann Mathieu and Chris Jones every single day and they're talking trash, you kind of have to have that competitive spirit or you're going to get dominated on the practice field. So I think it just comes with the guys that you have around you. Don't take a day for granted. And I think we've learned that if we put in the work now, it will be at the end of the season where we want to be at. So it's about putting in the work right now, day by day, getting better and better so that at the end of the year you have no regrets about what you did in the season.
Well, it's good to see the Cards and Royals coming out with some wins, and it's exciting. Chiefs football season getting ready to start.
So excited for football to be back. It's going to get busy around here.
It certainly is. Danny, thank you so much. We're going to be right back. Well, some people claim there's a woman to blame, and for today, but it could be your fault. No, it's not Margarita Day, but it's National Tequila Day, and that's the spirit traditionally used in margaritas, as well as plenty of other cocktails. Now, tequila comes from a succulent called the blue agave, which grows in Mexico's Jalisco state. In fact, Mexican law says the drink must come from Jalisco to legally be labeled tequila. Jose Antonio Cuervo obtained the first license for distilling this cause of memorable fun times and deep regrets hundreds of years ago, yet that's the same Cuervo you can buy today. And by the way, if your bottle has a worm in it, it's not tequila. Worms are only found in a similar spirit called mezcal. I have never really consumed tequila of any kind, but
I just heard it burns. Although that was from a Mythbusters special when I forgot what the experiment they were doing.
Apparently it burns. Yeah. We're going to take Nick Kelly's word for it. Danny, final check of sports. Anything burning?
No, not burning. We have winners, state championship winners, 10U Pittsburgh Little League team.
Well, they're probably burning on the inside with their joy. Nick Kelly, we are burning.
Yeah, and this is not the burning we want. 94 tomorrow, 92 Monday, but we'll be in the mid-90s as we wrap up the month on a hot and humid note.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That's our time for now, and thank you for making us part of your night.
Provided by the Wild Side.